had this brilliant idea last night that I could film what I do in a day. It's 20 to 7 and I'm tired. I had to do a track day yesterday with BMW and I've got a train today and do some other bits and pieces, so I'll take you on the journey with me today. Hey yo, mate. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So basically, the first thing I do is eat breakfast. I'm living at mum and dad's at the minute, so just whatever scraps I can find out the fridge. Bagels. I had such a random day yesterday. I had to do a track day for BMW, and they had some VIP guests there. There was a cyclist called Alec Briggs. He was a really nice lad. Kelvin Fletcher out of Emmerdale. Billy Morgman, who's a snowboarder. I think he's had a bronze medal at the Olympics before. And an actor called George Blagden, who is, if anyone's watched The Vikings, he's the priest in The Vikings. And they're all just mega blokes, just really sound people. It was nice to meet such a different range of people, all mad on bikes. I managed to get Alec to get his knee down, and Billy as well. Billy, for a snowboarder, was actually amazingly fast on a motorbike. I also watched George Blagden have the nearest miss. He did well to stay on it. He ended up on the grass at about 100 miles an hour, but luckily he survived. I felt really sorry for him because he was a little bit nervous going into the day, but he built up during the day and was really good, and just got a bit spooked and was unlucky. So I was glad it didn't crash because I'd have been gutted for him. Alright, so I'm just doing my warm-up now. I have like a 15-minute warm-up before the race. Legs don't feel great at all. So, you're getting a real insight into what a Zwift race, when it all goes wrong, is going to look like. In the off-season, when we cycle all the time, we're sort of cycling 5 times a week, we get to an okay level on Zwift. But then as the season wears on and we spend more time racing and less time in the gym, you become more bike fit on a motorbike, but you become less fit in the gym. So Zwift racing and Zwift in general becomes more difficult. This time of year, I'm no longer the king of the B category. No doubt Sandra from Kent will just hand it to me in a minute on Zwift, and I'll just be in a bad mood for the rest of the day. We like doing Zwift racing and training on Zwift because, like, the race I'm doing now is probably going to be about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, which is exactly the same length as the Superstock race. So it's quite good because you have to concentrate for 20 minutes, 25 minutes and form a plan during the race, and it's all quite similar to what we actually do in a normal race. And to anyone that doesn't know what Zwift is, it's basically a computer game that you connect a smart trainer to, so connect this bicycle to a computer and then it knows how fast you're going on your bike, and then you can ride with other people or race against people from all around the world. So, and this is just about to log me into the race now, so I've got 4 minutes till the race starts and then 20 minutes of hell. The biggest thing with this is to just not get dropped at the start. So if you get dropped at the start, you've got a long 25 minutes riding around on your own, so everyone goes mad at the start. My legs do not feel good. I'm just about hanging in. It's not been easy, definitely not as strong as I have been. Just going to try and hang on for as long as I can. Because we train so much, I have a good idea of where my heart rate can sit and where it can't. And I've been in the red for far too long in this race. So there's only one winner and it's not me. fucking drop. It's quite interesting that as the year goes on, I feel like motorbike races get so easy and you feel fresh at the end of those. And at the start of the year I could do a Zwift race quite comfortably and finish in the top 4 every time, and I won a couple. Whereas now I'm like in 20th getting dropped by the front group, but if I got on a bike, a motorbike at the start of the year, that feels like a struggle. So it's funny how your body adapts to whatever you're doing. Oh no. They tricked me. I thought they got nothing left. Finished. Ended up 22nd out of 40 people. I like Zwift racing when I do well because it gives you a buzz, but getting beat like that, it's not a nice way to start your day. Now I'm annoyed, but I gave it everything I had, it just wasn't enough. Why do people race bicycles? I don't understand how that can be enjoyable to do as a sport. I don't mind doing it for training because I know that I can go and enjoy my sport at the weekends, but I don't understand how you could do that as training and then want to go do it even more at the weekends. It's now 10:10. I've got to go to London tonight to commentate on the 24-hour Boulder race, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also going to check in with some other racers shortly, and I'm going to see what they're up to, just to see what racers do on a day.
Day in the life of a racer. Had a pretty early start this morning, so I was up for 5:15. Jumped on the push bike at just about 6 AM, which is a bit dodgy because I've got some different handlebars and the lights don't particularly fit very well. So I was a little bit lightless, and the mornings are taking a bit longer to brighten up now. But that was alright, I made it back, so that's cool. So done me 100k on the bicycle, which is me standard sort of what I try and get out.
Just fed my dog, who's now about 30 kilos. Big fat. I've got him until about 4 o'clock, so I'm currently playing pool in my little bar, my little project over the winter. I'm practicing on my pool. If you know anyone who wants a game, 100 quid, I'm ready. I'm joking, I don't like betting, I'm tight. But no, apart from that, might go cycling a bit. Depends what time my mum and dad get back. On that bombshell, see you in a bit.
It's not easy doing this whole day in the life thing, I keep forgetting to film. So I trained this morning and then went inside, had lunch. Lunch was beans on toast, not very exciting, mainly because that was all that was in the kitchen. In between times, we've been watching MotoGP with Dad and Taz. I've then got to get the memory card out, put it in my laptop, upload it onto my laptop because this afternoon I'm travelling to London for the Boulder commentary and I need all the footage on my laptop so I can edit this alongside me commentating during the weekend, so I'll have the vlog ready for next weekend, which is Sunday when you're watching this, because I'm at BSB Racing. So hopefully you get an idea of how I managed to film these vlogs, edit them and upload them whilst I'm still at racing. I basically just do it in between everything else. Here's the scene of the crime. I'm actually still fuming with that Zwift race this morning. I told Taz and he laughed at me. That's the worst result I've had on Zwift. Morning. Well, it's not actually morning, it's lunchtime. Now it's the next day, and I didn't really film a lot yesterday, so I thought I'd just take you on to the next day as well. But I'm now in London, travelled down last night. I met up with a friend last night, Zach from the Zach and Jay show, who's another YouTuber, and went out for a few drinks with him last night, so it was good fun. And then I went out for breakfast this morning, had a bit of an explore, came back and basically just had a nap because I'm now going to be awake for the next 24 hours, so I'm just trying to get as much sleep in as I can. I'm going to head out now, get some lunch and get ready for the start of the show, and then for 24 hours I don't commentate for 24 hours solid, but I'm on and off for the 24 hours, and you kind of can't really get that much sleep in because you've got to keep tabs on what's happening in the race. But it's good fun, I really enjoy it. It's a bit of an adventure for the next 24 hours. So I'll keep you posted. I'm going to get ready now, go out for some lunch, and then head to the commentary booth. So I'm on my way to work. This is the first stint I'm doing. Jack and Terry Reimer have already started theirs. Just leaving the hotel now, and then we're heading to the Eurosport studio, which is about a 10-minute walk down the road here. Just done my first ever being a YouTuber thing where you just get a camera out in public and just film like you don't care in front of people. So it's a 10-minute walk down the road here. Got my notes with me and my pass to get me in. And yeah, got 2 hours stint with Tom Gatemore coming up. So this is the studio we do it from, where there's lots of other commentary going on at the same time, like the tennis and cycling and everything else. And then we get our own little commentary box in there. This is the waiting room. It's all the things that are being commentated on at the minute. It's about an hour till I'm on with Tom. Nothing too exciting's happened in the race yet. So that's first stint done, did my 2 hours. It's now 6 PM. So as the hotel's just a quick walk down here, go back, get delivery to the room, and then basically got an hour, well, I get 2 hours off, but probably an hour and a half before I've got to head back to the commentary box. Nothing really exciting's happened in the race so far. It's just been, yeah, steady, but no doubt, for whatever reason, every time I commentate on these races, by the time I get back there, the race has been turned upside down. So the next stint is 8 till 11 PM. I'll go back to the hotel now, where Matt Roberts, Shaky, James Whittam, Greg Haynes, they're all at this hotel as they are commentating on the World Superbike event in a different studio. Actually, it's in a different place, but we all stay in the same hotel. So that's where I'm headed now. So it's now 7:45 and I'm going back in for my second stint. I've just checked on Twitter to see if anything's happened in the race, and it doesn't actually look like anything's happened. So sort of have to, you have a break. So I went and ate my food, but at the same time you've got to keep an eye on what's happening. But obviously you can't watch the race when you're back at the hotel. Just keep tabs on Twitter basically. This is the longest stint. I've got to do 8 PM till 11 PM. So it's a 3-hour stint, but that's not too bad. I haven't got to do the graveyard shift. The graveyard shifts, I think Tom's got to do 11 PM till 2 AM, and then Gary Mason, unfortunately, has got to do 2 AM till 5 AM, and then I'm back on at 5 AM, so I've swerved the hard shifts. So yeah, I'm gonna get a drink when we get in there, sit down for 3 hours, and then I'll be back out at 11 PM to get some sleep before I have to get up at about 4:20. I forgot to say, when I came out of the studio earlier, bearing in mind we're just in a random place in London at the studio, there was a guy outside waiting for James Whittam's autograph. He'd brought some signed pictures, or some pictures of James Whittam that he wanted signing. So fair play to that bloke, commitment to the cause to get his pictures signed, hunting James down on a Saturday evening. That's stint number 3 done. It's 11 PM now. Walking back to the hotel, get a few hours sleep, and then I'll have to get back up at about 4:15 in the morning, and then commentate on the last bit of the race. The race has actually just got to a really exciting bit. A couple of teams broke down. Unfortunately, the BMW teams broke down, and it's just started raining in the middle of the night. So it's like midnight in France at the minute, and it's raining, so they're going to have the work cut out. So anything could have happened by the time I get back up at 4. Well, it's now 4:30 in the morning. I'm just walking back to the studio, and I'm pretty tired, as you can probably tell. All hell has broken loose in the race. We've just seen on the WhatsApp group that the second place yacht team has blown up. Third place have crashed, and yeah, I'll have to go back in now from 5 AM till 8 AM, and then I can get some breakfast after that for the last stage of the race. That's 5 AM till 8 AM done, so now it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's daylight now. Typical endurance race stint for me. I'll do 3 hours at the hardest bit, where it's early in the morning and you want exciting stuff to happen, and absolutely nothing happened for 3 hours. But nonetheless, I'm now going to go back to the hotel, get some breakfast, chill out this morning. I'm not back on till 1 o'clock, so MotoGP's on. I'm going to go watch MotoGP in my room. Yeah, get ready for the end of the endurance race, and I guess I'll check back in later. Just getting ready for the last stint now. Getting a quick bite to eat. Make my way back to the studio. for the last stint. It's about 12 o'clock Sunday now.
And some of the other, obviously, French riders and everything else.
That's the race all finished, and now just the drive back to Ashby a couple of hours back and catch the MotoGP race. I guess that'll end this vlog. I've shown you a bit of an insight into what I get up to. It's all, every single week is a different week for me, and never quite know what I'm going to be doing, but that's what I've been on with the last few days. I'll get home and get some more training in, get packed and ready for Alton Park this weekend, and yeah, back to a race weekend. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.